1, 2, 3, yeah! This is Amari Purple Talk. Yes. Welcome to episode 75 of Amari Purple Talk, a podcast where I share my thoughts on the Prince musical singularity. I'm Richard Cole, your imagination funk soloist, and thank you once again for tuning in. Please leave your comments in the comments section below, and please download on your favorite podcast platform. If you're listening on YouTube, please like and subscribe. And please continue to send your questions or topic suggestions for Amari Purple Talk. And how you can do that is by clicking the link in the show notes below, either the website link for Amari Communications or by following me on Twitter at RichardCole_now using the hashtag Amari Purple Talk, and your topic or question might just be read in a future episode. And before we start today's show, it's that time once again. There's no stopping it. There's no stopping it. And that is part 2 of our Sign of the Time Super Deluxe Edition Twitter thread. And that can be found by typing hashtag Prince Twitter thread. The topics were still on the vault tracks. Check out the previous contributors, as well as my own contribution for the various versions of Strange Relationship. And this week, we have a triple threat this week, January 26th, 28th, and 29th. So you're getting three contributions this week. The first will be January 26th with Hassan Razak at Neo_Manifesto. He will be covering the alternate lyrics of Crucial, and that will be followed on January 28th by PRN Forever, and that's at PRN number 4 ever, EVR. So Prince, or PRN Forever, and PRN Forever will cover the track, one of my favorites, the Cocoa Boys. Funky track that one is. And then to cap it all off, we have on January 29th, C. Lee McInnes will be expressing his views on the track When the Dawn of a New Morning Comes. That will be transcribed through at Polished Solids Twitter profile, so be on the lookout for that on January 29th. And this is an amazing series. I always have fun doing it. Thanks again to the moderators, DJ UMB and Edgar Cruz, for inviting me to participate. And that is going to cap that off for January. We still have lots more Twitter threads to come. This will be going all the way through February 18th. Again, just check on Twitter, hashtag Prince Twitter thread for the updates, or tune in every episode of Amari Purple Talk for the announcements of the upcoming contributors. And with that out of the way, it is time to start the show. And guess what? It is more Super Deluxe talk. Big secret, you thought. Well, there seems to be more rumors of what will be released this year in regards to the Super Deluxe Edition and maybe a standalone release. This latest set of rumors stems from an interview that Michael Howe gave to a podcast on a Dutch podcast site, and it is the NPO Radio 2.nl. So this is a podcast out of the Netherlands. So I tried to access this site. The only thing I could get was like a 15-second sound bite that was in the native language. So I was not in a position to access the entire interview. However, there have been lots of rumblings and responses and reactions to the interview, mostly via Twitter. So anything I'm about to say here, just kind of take it with a grain of salt, since I was not able to listen to the full interview. These are the reactions, speculations, or basically what I will be tackling will be the speculation based on all the social media talk about the interview. So one of the main takeaways that a lot of people took from this was that there is going to be a Super Deluxe edition that will be released, as well as a standalone CD. No titles or have been officially announced as of right now. But again, this stems back to the rumors of Diamonds and Pearls being discussed as a possible release. That's one of the rumors. Again, nothing officially released by the Prince Estate, Sony, or Warner Brothers still. Just due to the fact that Sony will handle distribution of all Prince material within the United States, with Warner Brothers facilitating all international distribution at this point. So based on an interview with Michael Howe that we discussed a few episodes ago, it sounds as if both Sony and Warner Brothers have a pretty good relationship regarding Prince material from this point forward. So this won't be a thing of, who's doing it better, Sony or Warner Brothers. So that discussion will be off the table. But again, based on this recent interview, apparently there will be a Super Deluxe Edition release. Whether it's Diamonds and Pearls, whether it's Parade, who knows. And there will be a standalone CD. And what that will consist of, again, plenty of speculation. Could it be piano and a microphone? That's one of the rumors fans have kind of speculated about. Could be an Originals 2. Another possibility. And then there's numerous projects from the vault or an official release, that could be getting the reissue treatment. I know Crystal Ball was a possibility, or one of the takeaways I took from the Michael Howe interview that we discussed a few weeks ago. But the most interesting takeaway from what fans interpreted from this interview is that there may have been a discussion to forego doing an Originals 2 and just proceeding with a time, maybe expanded edition of whether it's the first album, first two albums, or any combination thereof, as well as a possible maybe expanded edition of Vanity 6. Now, it's easy to kind of call these things Super Deluxe Editions. I personally think that in the case of The Time and Vanity 6, unless there is an official, how can I say, an official documentation of print sessions stating that certain vault tracks were actually intended for the Time albums and Vanity 6. Unless there's an abundance of that material available, I wouldn't really look for a box set or special edition or special or super deluxe edition of individual Time albums. Like I said, unless there's a multitude of material that either Prince and Morris or Prince, Jesse, and Morris had recorded that, we're unaware of, that have yet to be discovered, as they're continuing to archive the material or digitally preserve the material. So unless something like that turns up somewhere, I wouldn't expect like a full box set, really, but maybe more along the lines of possibly maybe like a expanded edition where you have the original album and maybe a CD's worth of vault tracks as a possibility. You can maybe expand it to a small box set by including some live performances as well. But again, that's the idea of going forward with that instead of doing an Originals 2. Now, I enjoyed Originals. I may do a very late reaction video to it because it's been out for, a couple of years now. So I still may do something with that. But it was, to me, a project that I enjoyed overall. I do have some criticism of that particular CD. Like I said, maybe I'll do a late reaction piece to it. But other than that, I didn't think it was a bad idea. I thought it was a step in the right direction for the estate. After the criticism with the Purple Rain Super Deluxe, some people enjoyed Piano and a Microphone 1983. Some didn't. I enjoyed it because finally I got to hear it after hearing about it for decades and finally having an official or an officially released version of that particular project. But to me, I didn't feel that it would have been the first step or among one of the first steps. But I get it, once they discovered that this actually existed, that maybe it was a good idea to rush it out as a release. But beyond that, I thought that Originals, once it was released, that was a step in the right direction. And then that was followed up with the 1999 Super Deluxe, and that opened the door for the Sign of the Times Super Deluxe. So I think they're progressing, with the projects that they've released. But as far as Originals, I don't know if I'm excited for an Originals 2. It would just really depend what would be on it. As far as the time, there are time tracks that I think, if you just release the version with Prince's vocals on it or his guide vocal, that would be interesting to hear. As far as like things for like Vanity 6, to me, those are they're more work tapes. They're more demos. And, depending on the writer, I'm not really certain, when you're writing for a different gender, when you're writing the song, and you're doing the guide vocals, are you kind of putting yourself into that person's shoes, giving them a guide to do it, so you handle the pronouns differently? I'm not sure. Or you just sing it as if it's your song, and then whoever covers it, if they're a different gender, then what do you then you just flip the words around, a bit. But, I do think that it was a project that people did respond to, a lot of overwhelmingly positive response to it. So to do a sequel is fine. Like I said, I'm not overly excited about that possibility, but again, when it's released, you'll get my purple ducats, and I'm sure there will be things that I would enjoy, and then there will be some things that I might have a critique or two about, but it would still be part of my collection and still in support of the Prince Estate. So that's that. But for my personal preference, I would rather see, if you're going to do some kind of time sessions set or a Vanity 6 sessions set, what I would like out of that, say if you're doing the Time, let's take the Time's first album. You'd have the original album, then any outtakes, if Prince and Morris did leave something on the cutting room floor. Is there a vault, a couple of unreleased vault tracks that we're unaware of? Include those. Yeah, include the guide vocals with Prince. What would be interesting for me, and using this as an example, where you have Prince and Morris doing sort of the first take of International Lover from the 1999 Super Deluxe Edition. That kind of fly on the wall sessions, because it's like they're doing a run through of the song, and Prince is giving Morris instructions on the, what to do with the drums towards the end. Let the cymbals ride out, or, break it down like this. And that I would like to hear. If you're going to have the Prince vocals on, if there's any studio chatter that's a part of it, or include any studio chatter, him giving instructions, if there are takes like that, or if there is a cool take 2, or take 3, or take whatever, and it's Prince's vocals, or if Morris is doing a run through and Prince is giving instructions while Morris is doing the run through on it. That I would like to hear. And then, include a live show. That I would like. And same thing with Vanity 6. It's, if all you have just might be it's Prince's guide vocal, and basically when it came time to record the song, they just faded out his vocal, and then Vanity just came in and did her part or whatever. If that's all that you have, fine. That's, I'd accept it, because then it would be in the context of the Vanity 6 sessions, where you have the original album, remastered and all of that. Then you have Prince's guide vocals, because it gives you a clue as to how these albums were made, both Vanity 6 and The Time. So, if you're going to replace Originals 2, that would be my suggestion on how to replace Originals 2. If you're going to go ahead and give us the proteges, we want that. We want to hear that. We love the Prince stuff. I think the only originals that we would like would be The Family, where you just put out the Family album, but it's Prince's vocals. And that's really just dependent on how much of a guide vocal there is. Like the Nothing Compares to You was perfect. It was a finished song. It felt like a finished song to me. It didn't feel like a demo. And, some of the rumors that have been circulating is that there are completed Time and Vanity 6. I guess, I don't know if you want to call them Super Deluxe Editions, or they have been remastered. I guess one rumor said that these were done before the 1999 Super Deluxe Edition. So it's uncertain as if this would have been included as part of that. It would have to have been definitely the Vanity 6 album and the What Time Is It album, and any outtakes or vault tracks pertaining to those two. Now, if they ever do, or if Sony decides to do a 1999 Complete Sessions box set, then definitely include, whatever Prince did, whether it's the, with demo, guide vocals, finished song, just fade him out of the vocal and drop Vanity in, or drop Morris Day in, or whatever it took. Include those, definitely. Heck, even include, the original albums as part of that. But that's that's one of the rumors that's been circulating. That the Time and Vanity 6, at least those things have been remastered and were done before the 1999 Super Deluxe. Again, no official word from Michael Howe on that. No official word from the Prince Estate or Sony. These are just rumors. So again, take everything in this episode as a grain of salt, but there's that. And then there's still, of course, a strong opinion that Diamonds and Pearls would be the next Super Deluxe Edition to drop, and that would be the one that would drop this year. And Parade, once again, is put on the back burner. And with this one, again, just based on some of the chatter on social media, that with Diamonds and Pearls, it sounds as if Sony is anxious to get this particular one out. I'm not sure, what the... not quite sure how... I'm just assuming that, I guess, basically they want to flex their muscles. Again, it's been discussed on this program numerous times. Sony's track record. When it comes to Dylan and Hendrix and Miles, the only two major artists that are kind of getting the shaft by Sony, not official, again, I have no inside information, but to me, there's a gross neglect of Michael Jackson and a bit of a neglect for Sly and the Family Stone. Now, they did put out that brilliant Fillmore Live for Sly and the Family Stone, but like their catalog of albums, they haven't really done anything since 2007 when they reissued his entire catalog as Sly and the Family Stone. It was remastered. I've got all of them. They're fantastic to listen to. But, they had some bonus tracks on just about each album, except for the greatest hits. But each album had like maybe 3, 4, 5 bonus tracks, mono versions of some of the singles. And that was cool. And they did put out a Sly and the Family Stone box set. I forget how long ago, maybe 2010, 11, somewhere around that time. But as far as the individual albums, they haven't received like a super deluxe edition to the magnitude of, like I said, Prince or Dylan or Hendrix. Of course, I don't know. Hendrix's original albums don't have like super deluxe editions, the ones that he put out in his lifetime. But everything concerning the vault, it's either been a box set, There's been a trilogy of standalone compilations of just brilliant material. So again, with the Diamonds and Pearls, is it a thing to where they're just going to surprise us all with, something? I don't. With that era, there are some outtakes that I would be interested in, vault tracks that I'm interested in. Of course, they would include a live show. Heck, you can put a DVD of the videos as part of that. So with that one, while I'm not as excited about it as I would be, say, a Parade Super Deluxe, or something from the Gold Experience era, or even later eras, there are some items that I would be more interested in than Diamonds and Pearls. But if you drop the Diamonds and Pearls box set, like I said, there are vault tracks that I would be interested in having as part of that. I enjoyed the videos a lot. I used to, or actually, I still have the VHS of the Diamonds and Pearls videos. So to have an official DVD of that, and I don't know, the live material. I used to have a CD of one of the shows. I can't really remember my feelings about it. If it was good, bad, or indifferent. But I don't know. I might have to go search around and find some shows from that era and revisit that. And then I don't know if there's any after shows from that period that that have held up well in the memory of the Prince musical singularity. But again, with all that, if you drop this Diamonds and Pearls Super Deluxe Edition tomorrow, again, you would have my purple ducats, and I would enjoy it big time. But I'm guessing that Sony is going, if that's their, they're waiting to get that one out of the gate, then I have a feeling it is something that is going to surprise us all, and that it's going to be just as great. And I'm going to go out on a limb and say it would probably even be better than the Sign of the Times Super Deluxe, providing that the vault material is project specific, meaning that there shouldn't be any Love Sexy material attached to a Diamonds and Pearls box set. There shouldn't be Gold Experience era material connected to the box set. Anything that was recorded from the first intended track for Diamonds and Pearls to up until the time it was ready to be mastered and manufactured and distributed, or by the time it was mixed, mastered, and handed over to the record company, any vault tracks relevant to that time frame is what should be a part of that. And we're actually going to put up a poll. So head on over to my Twitter account over at RichardCole_now. And the now is in all capital letters. There's a link in the show notes that will take you straight to it. And the question is going to be, would you rather have the Time and Vanity 6 Super Deluxe Edition style releases, or an Originals 2 standalone CD? So the choices are a Time and or Vanity 6 Super Deluxe Edition, an Originals 2, or a Prince Super Deluxe Edition with relevant Time Vanity 6 tracks. So those are the choices. This will be up all week. We'll have the results on the next episode. So head over to Twitter and cast your vote. And what's most important is, what do you think about these latest rumors about what we're getting? Time Vanity 6 reissues, remastered sets, box sets, expanded sets, originals 2, Diamonds and Pearls Super Deluxe Edition. Leave me a comment and let me know your thoughts. And that is going to wrap it up for this episode of Amari Purple Talk. Be sure to tune in each and every Monday on your favorite podcast platform. If you're listening on YouTube, please like and subscribe. I'm your host, Richard Cole. Check the show notes to where you can find me on social media. Also visit my website, AmariCommunications.com. Buy some Amari merchandise. We have Amari Purple Talk t-shirts, coffee mugs. There's other Amari themed merchandise as well. Any and everything that you buy, proceeds help to keep this show going and also helps finance a few other projects I'm working on too. There will be some other things that I will announce, but that will wait until possibly next week's episode. Some things I need to kind of iron out, but once it's all worked out, I'll get back with you and let you know. So until then, everybody be safe. Hold on to your soul. We got a long way to go. And as always, keep it purple and on the one.